Good evening, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about function tables. And we've been talking about functions in class, and it is like the rule that a pattern must follow. So this table is a way to organize your rule. Now, you can see that there are two variables at the top. So we have x and we have y. And usually x is our input and y is our output, like our answer. Okay, so something happens to the number in the x column to get the answer or the output. So we put a number in and out comes a different number. So if I put in the number 4 and out came 6, and if I put in the number 8 and out came 10, and I put in the number 12 and out came 14, we have two options for our function or our rule. So we could it would either be multiplication or addition. Well, 4 times a whole number does not equal 6. 4 times 1 equals 4, 4 times 2 equals 8. So I don't think it's multiplication. I actually believe it's addition. So this is how I would write my rule. X, so plus, and I think it is 2, which equals y. So we have our input plus the rule, what we think is going on, and our answer, which is y. So let me check this. So if I typed in, or not typed, if I wrote in 4 for my x, because see how 4 is in the x column, plus 2 equals, and it should equal 6. Does 4 plus 2 equal 6? Why, yes, it does. So I figured out my function. It is to add 2. And if I write it as an equation, this is how I would write it. X plus 2 equals y. Now, here are some other things that could happen in our function tables. We could have x minus something, which equals y. We could have x divided by something, which equals y. And we can have x times, and I'm using a dot for the time symbol because two x's together could be a little tricky, equals y. Okay, so let's look at this one. And sorry, I'm still sick. Look at this board, how crazy. Okay, all right, I'm all set up. So I'm going to put in 5 and out comes 25. I'm going to put in 10 and out comes 50. I'm going to put in, let's see, 6. Can you write the number that is going to be y if I put in 6 and write the rule? So I'm going to give this a couple seconds and I want you to pause it so you don't know the answer, okay? So pause it now. No, I mean really, pause it now. Don't play it again until you're ready for the answer. So if I looked at this and I was trying to figure it out, I see that the input, 5, gets bigger when it comes out. Our answer, our output is y, 25. So something happens. I'm either adding or I'm multiplying. Well, if I look at my other answers, so I got 5 to 25 and then 10 to 50. Okay, that's not addition because that's adding 20 and then that would be adding 40. So the rule wouldn't be the same there. So I know it's multiplying. So I'm going to do x times something equals y. And I believe that it is 5. So let's see. 5 times 5 equals 25. Okay, so our first one works out. Let's try the next one. 10 times 5 equals 50. So that worked out. Now that I know my rule, I can work on what that equals. So I'm going to put my 6 in for x. So 6 times 5 equals, and this is where your math facts really come in handy, 30. So did you get x times 5 equals y? And did you get 30 for our missing number? I sure hope you did. Okay, we're going to do one more. And you're going to write the equation and you're going to find a missing number. So let's get this set up again. Alrighty, so I've got, let's do 12 and 6, 24 and 12 and 18 and a question mark. All right, this time you're going to pause it and try to figure out the rule and write it as an equation and what that question mark is. Okay, remember like last time, you really got to pause it. Did you pause it yet? Okay, I hope you did now. All right, so I'm thinking out loud to myself, 12 to 6, 24 to 12. Well, both times they go down, so we're not doing addition or multiplication. It has to be subtraction or division. Well, if I looked at these two, and I know my math facts really well, I know that 12 divided by 2 is 6, and I know that 24 divided by 2 is 12. So if I write my rule, I'm going to say x divided by equals y. Okay, so divided by 2. So let's see if that works out. I'm going to put 12 in for x. 12 divided by 2, does that equal 6? Yes, it does. So this one worked. Let's try the next one. 24 divided by 2, does that equal 12 like it says in the chart? Yes, it does. And the last one, I'm going to do 18 divided by 2. And, look, I gave the answer because I was thinking ahead. 18 divided by 2, you should have gotten 9. So this mystery number is actually 9. All right. I'm going to show you one more thing because our time is getting cut short. Sometimes you might get just the y. You might get the answer and you have to work backwards. So if I knew that the answer here was 10 and I knew my rule was to divide by 2, then I have to do the opposite. How am I going to get x? What is the opposite of division? And I hope you're saying out loud to yourself, the reciprocal of division is multiplication. So that's right. So I would have to actually multiply 10 times 2. So x this time equals 20. So let's see if that still works in. So I'm going to put 12 for x, or not 12, 20 for x. I'm going to divide it by 2, and I should get 10. So 20 divided by 2 equals 10. So even though you found the x and started with the y, you still got it right. All right, there is a quizzes for you to practice and also a preview of the project that you are going to work on this week. Please check it out.